I want to go back to I'm calling her Rebecca. I'm calling her Rebecca in Fort St. George. And you get to spend 2 or 3 minutes with Rebecca, and Rebecca's saying, Debra, help me here. I really want to develop a career as a designer. What should I do? What should I read? Where should I look at? Where should I go?
I think you have to read history. I think you have to look at art history. I think you have to look at cultural history. Read the private lives, history of private life. Very interesting. It's a series. They're hard to find. I'm not even in their print anymore, so I'm always digging them out as presents for people from, antique stores. And you still buy them, but they're a bit expensive, so go to the library. I think you have to know, all right, as Canadians, we have to know our Canadian history. We have to investigate that. We have to take joy and pride in it. We have to use it without it being cultural appropriation. We have to appreciate it. But I think we have to just read, not just watch television, Because this is one thing that I used to find when I first moved into television film. They would be doing this really fabulous new script, and they'd go, yeah, so what's it going to look like? Is it going to look like, and they would, what do you mean? They've already done that. Why should I be looking at, Handmaids, because we're going to use capes in this show, whatever. They were always like using references of things that had already been done. And it was like, I don't want to do that. I never look at them. Somebody says, oh, go look at, I don't know, the Civil War, blah, blah, blah. I don't. I just don't. Because...
What do you watch on television?
Oh, just everything. I do, but not very much of it because of the hours that I work,
Do you watch Netflix, HBO?
A little bit on everything, but not a lot of things in total because I work. I go to work at 5:30, you know that. And
you should be working now.
7:30, no, I've got good hours, it's COVID. And I start at 7:30 and I finish like 10 hours later and then go home and work. But basically, normally I would get home at 10 o'clock at night, have, maybe a light snack, watch a half an hour of something, maybe an hour at the most, and that's all I would get. And on the weekends, in the evenings I might watch a couple of hours. But during the day, I'm outside and I'm with the horses on the farm, or I'm reading, or drawing, or, because quite often when I work in film on the weekends, I work in theater. Like I'll do my drawings and my models and things like that. I'll be at home. So I'm very timed, I'm very disciplined.
Are you a workaholic?
Probably, yes. I'm not a workaholic. I'm a little bit, I'm not the thoroughbred, I'm the workhorse. You know what I mean? Get there from A to B. I like it. I like having more than one thing to do. So it relaxes me to leave theater, to leave film and go home and work on something, a drawing for Atom, or a model piece, or especially the set part, because I don't get to do that very much. And the difference in film and television as far as your personal thing is, when you work in film, the hierarchy is the artistic director, the designer, the actor, right? In film, it's producers, directors, showrunners, actors, production designers, costume designer, designer. It's the actor in theater has very little to say, like, to the designer. The designer's in charge for the most part. The best designers, I don't think, act like that. But I do know some of the top designers who will think it's shocking if an actor doesn't like something that they put them in. And that they will say, too bad, wear it.
I've experienced that.
Yes, well, I didn't do that. You didn't get it from me. And I've never done that. So that's why I can work in film. And a lot of designers that work in theater, they are in charge, and the hierarchy is that they are in charge. So they don't want to work in film because they don't want to hear, yes, no, I don't like that from an actor. They don't. And they don't want a showrunner, and they don't want some producer's girlfriend in LA commenting on their work.